Do you sometimes feel like you're dragging an invisible weight? As if you're carrying old routines, roles that no longer fit you, or memories of past relationships that prevent you from moving forward? Do you find it hard to let things go, even when you know they're no longer good for you? If you identify with this, you're not alone. That feeling of clinging to the known, of carrying burdens from the past, prevents us from walking lightly and fully enjoying the present. Learning to close cycles is one of the most necessary and, at the same time, most difficult skills in life, as it requires courage, honesty, and above all, wisdom. That's why, in today's video, you'll learn to let go of what has served its purpose in 5 practical steps, inspired by deep Buddhist teachings. We will discover how to do it not from resistance or pain, but from gratitude for what has been lived and openness to the new that is yet to come. You will learn to identify what you need to let go of and how to do it consciously and liberatingly. At the end, I will guide you through a brief guided practice so you can start applying these steps today. If you like, you can save this video to refer back to later. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel to continue walking this path of learning and growth together. Let's begin. Before diving into the how, it's essential to understand the why. Why is it so necessary to learn to close cycles? The answer, according to Buddhist wisdom, lies in a truth as simple as it is profound. Life is constant change. Ancient teachings remind us that all phenomena are impermanent. From the seasons of the year to the cells in our body, nothing stays the same. Clinging to something, a phase, a role, a relationship, as if it were eternal, goes against the very nature of reality. And it is precisely this resistance to change, this desire for things to stay still, that causes us suffering. It's like trying to stop the flow of a river with your hands. It only generates frustration and exhaustion. Closing cycles is not a sign of failure or coldness, but an act of wisdom. It is recognizing that something served its purpose, being grateful for it, and allowing it to follow its course so that we can follow ours. It's learning to dance to the rhythm of impermanence instead of fighting against it. Understanding this gives us the necessary perspective to approach the process of letting go. But how do we do it in practice? That's exactly what we'll see next. First step, acknowledge the burden. Before we can let something go, we need to clearly see what we are clinging to and why. Therefore, the first step involves being completely honest with ourselves. Often our attachments operate from the subconscious, driven by fear of change, nostalgia, or the comfort of the known. Buddhist philosophy invites us to cultivate mindfulness as a fundamental tool for this recognition. It's about observing, without judgment, the thoughts that arise when we consider letting something go. What will happen if I leave this job? Who will I be without this role? Also observing the emotions that accompany those thoughts: fear, sadness, anxiety, and even the physical sensations, that knot in the stomach or the tension in the shoulders. Imagine you're still maintaining an old friendship that now only causes you discomfort, but you cling to it out of loyalty, habit, or fear of loneliness. The first step is to honestly observe how you feel, before, during, and after interacting with that person. Do you feel light or heavy, energized or drained? By observing without judging, you begin to clearly see the real weight of that invisible backpack you are carrying. This recognition is sometimes painful, but also indispensable, because we cannot let go of what we do not see clearly. Once we have seen the burden, what is the next step? Second step, honor the fulfilled function. Once we recognize the attachment and the weight it generates, it is crucial to approach the next step with wisdom and compassion, not rejection. The second step consists of honoring the function that what now weighs us down fulfilled in its time. Nothing we cling to is intrinsically bad. It has simply ceased to be useful for our current path. This is where the metaphor of the raft, present in the ancient teachings, becomes incredibly powerful. The Buddha compared his teachings, and by extension, any tool or stage of life, to a raft built to cross a river. The raft is essential during the crossing. It supports us, keeps us safe, and allows us to reach the other shore. In the same way, that routine that limits you today perhaps gave you structure in a moment of chaos. That role that exhausts you now perhaps allowed you to grow or care for others when it was necessary. That relationship that ended surely taught you valuable lessons about love or about yourself. Honoring the fulfilled function means recognizing the value that raft had on your journey without denying its past importance. This step is vital to avoid falling into resentment or guilt when letting go. We are not discarding something useless. We are recognizing that something valuable has completed its purpose in our life. We have reached the other shore thanks to the raft. And what do we do with it now? Third step, be grateful for the lesson. After honoring the function, the third step invites us to go deeper, to actively give thanks for the good that stage, role, or bond brought us. Gratitude is the balm that allows us to close the wounds of the past and let go in peace, even if the cycle ends with pain or difficulty. Buddhist wisdom considers gratitude, remembering and acknowledging the good received, as an essential quality of a wise mind. Applied to closing cycles, gratitude allows us to focus not on what we lose by letting go, but on what we gained by having lived it. It's about extracting the lesson, the learning, the growth that experience left us. Think about a job you left because it no longer satisfied you. Instead of focusing only on the negative aspects that led you to leave, practice gratitude for the skills you developed there, the colleagues who supported you, or even for the clarity it gave you about what you don't want in your professional life. Or in a relationship that ended, be grateful for the happy moments shared, what you learned about yourself, or the strength you discovered in overcoming it. Being grateful doesn't mean ignoring the pain or justifying what was wrong. It means consciously choosing to focus on the learning and the value that journey brought to your life's path. This sincere gratitude softens the heart and prepares us for the final act of letting go. But how is that actually done? Fourth step, let go consciously. We have acknowledged the attachment, honored the function, and been grateful for the lesson. Now comes the crucial moment, making the active and conscious decision to let go. Of course, this is not something passive that simply happens. It is an act of will, a deliberate choice to release what no longer serves our current path. Returning to the metaphor of the raft, once the traveler reaches the other shore, they face a choice. Continue carrying it on their back or abandon it to continue their journey. In life, consciously letting go can manifest in many ways. Sometimes it involves an external action, like having that difficult conversation to set boundaries in a relationship or changing habits to abandon an obsolete routine. Other times, letting go is an internal process, a change in mental attitude, forgiving others or ourselves, or stopping feeding nostalgic or resentful thoughts to redirect our energy towards the present. Whatever the form, it requires intention and clarity. It's telling ourselves, this served me, I appreciate it, but I no longer need it to continue my journey. I choose to let it go. We may need to repeat this intention many times with patience and self-compassion. Letting go is not always easy, but it is liberating. And by doing so, what do we find on the other side? Fifth step, make space for the new. The fifth and final step is the natural consequence of having let go, making space and trusting in the new. By releasing what no longer serves us, we create fertile emptiness in our lives. This step invites us to look forward towards the new shore with curiosity and openness, trusting in the constant flow of life. If everything is impermanent, as the teachings remind us, letting go of the old is not a loss. It is simply part of the natural cycle. It is allowing the new, what is in tune with who we are now, to manifest. It requires trusting that life will continue to bring the rafts we need for the next crossings. Mindfulness is crucial here again. Once we have let go, instead of filling ourselves with anxiety about the uncertain future, we return to the present. We observe the space that has been created with acceptance and curiosity. What new interests arise? What new opportunities present themselves? What new versions of ourselves want to emerge? Imagine you have let go of the role of being in charge of everything in your family, which consumed you. The space that opens up might feel scary at first. But this step invites you to see it as an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to explore forgotten hobbies, to build more balanced relationships. It's not about filling the void by rushing, but about inhabiting it with confidence, allowing the new to sprout at its own pace. Letting go of the past gifts us the present and opens the doors to the future. Now that we have the map of the 5 steps, I invite you to a brief guided practice to start applying it. You can close your eyes if you want, or simply take a calm moment wherever you are. Think for a moment. Is there any raft you feel you are still carrying in your current life? It could be a routine that drains you, a role that no longer defines you, or the echo of a bond that ended. Choose just one thing, the first that comes to mind, without forcing it. Now, with that raft in mind, let's mentally walk through the 5 steps. First, acknowledge the attachment. What thoughts arise when considering letting it go? What emotions do you feel? Perhaps fear, guilt, sadness? Simply name it without judgment. Second, honor its function. How did this raft serve you in the past? What river did it help you cross? What did it allow you to learn or overcome? Acknowledge its value at that moment in your journey. Third, be grateful for the lesson. What do you take away from that experience? What learning, what strength, what clarity has it left you? Try to find at least one thing for which to feel sincere gratitude. Fourth, visualize letting go consciously. What would it really mean to let go of that raft? What internal or external action would it entail? Imagine for a moment that release, that gesture of letting go. And fifth, make space for the new. By releasing that burden, what space is created in your life? What new possibilities, however uncertain, might arise? Allow yourself to feel the lightness and openness of that new shore. This small reflection is a seed. You don't have to have all the answers now, but you have started the process. You can return to it whenever you feel that something has completed its cycle. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this learning journey about how to close cycles and let go with wisdom. I hope these 5 steps serve you as a kind compass to navigate life's inevitable transitions, allowing you to walk lighter and more open to what is to come. Now, I would love for this reflection to continue in the community. Tell me in the comments, what cycle do you feel it's time to start closing in your life? Sharing our intentions gives us strength and reminds us that we are not alone in these processes. If you believe these 5 steps can help someone you know let go of a burden, I invite you to share this video with them. And if you want to continue exploring how to apply Buddhist wisdom to your daily life, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes. Thank you for your time, your courage, and your practice. See you in the next video.